BBC News with Julie Candler. As fighting continues in Ukraine, Russian forces are making slow progress against stiff resistance. In the south, they've taken areas along the Black Sea coast and are surrounding the city port of Mariupol. The governor of Mykolaiv says Russian troops have been driven out of the city, but fighting is continuing on the outskirts. Analysts say President Putin has failed to achieve his initial objective of quickly overwhelming Ukraine's major cities. The G7 group of leading industrial powers has condemned Russia's attacks on Ukrainian civilians and civilian infrastructure, promising to hold those responsible for war crimes to account. G7 foreign ministers said the humanitarian toll of the unprovoked and unjustifiable war was catastrophic. They called for the swift implementation of humanitarian corridors. The BBC has suspended its operations in Russia after the introduction of new rules threatening journalists with prison sentences. Its Director General, Tim Davies, said the BBC News service in Russian would continue to operate from outside the country. President Putin has told the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz that Russia is open for dialogue with Ukraine, but only if all its demands are met. Mr. Putin denied that Russia was bombing Ukrainian cities, dismissing the evidence as fake. Mr. Scholz called on Mr. Putin to halt military action and allow access for humanitarian aid. The UN Security Council is holding an emergency meeting to discuss the safety of Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant after it was shelled and then captured by Russian forces. The US ambassador to the United Nations said the world had narrowly avoided a nuclear catastrophe. In other news, tributes have been pouring in for the legendary Australian cricketer Shane Warne, who's died at the age of 52. Adored by millions of fans worldwide, Shane Warne was considered by many to be the greatest spin bowler of all time. BBC News.